everyone, this is Lauren, the MTV version of my column, Domestic Coed, and today's edition we're going to be making thankful place cards. So first, let's go over what I have here, all the supplies. I got these blank place cards from the paper source, which I mentioned in the article. They do come in a number of colors, so I just picked the natural beige one so I can use it for other things other than Thanksgiving. A regular old Elmer's glue, scissors, a Sharpie, regular just printer paper which I've cut to fit the size of the place card. You'll see that later. Water to water down the glue. Leaves, which I just picked from the Common actually this morning, so they're pretty fresh. The best would be to press them in a large book before you use them, but I didn't have that sort of time, so we're just gonna go with what we have here. I used some paper towels or paper plates so stuff didn't get everywhere, and a sponge to sponge these on, but you can also use a brush. Many of these things can be interchanged. It's really what's up to you. So first, let's start with taking out a place card from the pack and folding it so that way you know which side you want to begin on. All you need to do is cover one side of this with the leaves. You could cover the whole thing, but that's kind of a bigger project than what I'm trying to do today. So first, we're just going to take this in our regular Elmer's glue. So all we're going to do is sort of, let me move this out of the way so you can see a little better, cover this one side of the place card. Overlap them, go about the edge, we'll cut down the edge later. Just get the best colors and tones that you think will work. So this is the fun part, the part that you can be creative, and we'll just go a bit fast here. So just place the leaves down where you think you'd want them to go. Once you have sort of an idea of what you want, make sure it's all covered. Then the fun and easy part, you just have to glue them down. So just take your regular glue, white glue, and either you can put glue on the whole place card, or I just put them on the back of the leaves, that way I have a little bit more control over it. And just, you know, as much glue as you'd like. Add it. And place down where you've mapped out, someplace new. Once again, it's creativity here, it's whatever you'd want. And so it looks like that. Try to make it as flat as possible. I know it's difficult because they are leaves, but try to make it as flat as possible. It will help you for our next step. And just go on until you have the whole thing covered. So let me just take a couple minutes. And like I said earlier, this is not the only thing you can do for the place cards. You can put stamps on them. You can really do whatever you want. Visit your local paper store, either here at home. So once you have the front of your place card all covered, you don't see any more white like I have here, just set it aside for a couple minutes just to dry and let set. Now what you can do is go also to your local craft store and get decoupage glue, because we're essentially going to decoupage so you get this shiny effect, and that way they won't come off in any way. But I couldn't find decoupage glue, and there's a nice little trick that's also a little bit more inexpensive. If you just mix regular old white glue with some water, it sort of breaks up the ooh, that's a lot of water. It breaks up the elasticity of it, so that way you are able to put it over the leaves and it'll have a much smoother feel, and it'll also be really, really shiny. So just mix it up just so you can get the consistency of, I guess, watered down white glue. That's pretty much what you're going for here. And I added a lot of water, so we'll just add a little bit more glue, sort of balance it out. And as you see over here, there's definitely leaves going every which way, completely and totally off the page. What might make it a little bit easier for yourself, and what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to take the scissors and trim off the edge, because if I don't, I'm going to rub the watered down glue sort of everywhere, and you don't want that kind of mess in your room or anything. So just sort of follow along the lines of the place card, like so. And then see, you'll have this lovely little leaf colored front of your place card. Okay, so once you have your finished front card, all clipped and everything. Just take your sponge or brush or whatever you have and dip it into the glue, the decoupage-esque glue, and wipe it off a bit, and then just sponge it onto the front of the card. So the next step of this is sort of to wait a bit, but also what we'll get ready is our little name area, this strip that you see across there. So we're just going to set this aside while it's wet. And we've already pre-cut strips to match. I like the look of it going completely across, cutting in the middle, but you can make it however long, however big, anything you want. This is just a piece of regular white paper, but colors work great, vellum works great as well, and I used a Sharpie just because it comes and pronounces the name just a little bit more. So we're just going to write the name of the person who's going to get this. Let's use Lauren, since I am going to have my own place card. And the best time to do this would be, you can do it before or after the glue dries, but it's not a bad idea to do it now since it's still tacky, and that way it'll all dry together. So just place it on top of the leaves like so, and then let it set out to dry. And once it dries, you'll have this nice little finished product. And it also folds and travels really well, so you can do it at school. It's not a big deal, and then bring it home. And then you have all of this area on the inside to write what you're thankful for about that person. So for my mom, I would write her support. In the middle, see, support. And just put it on their place at Thanksgiving, and that way they'll have a nice little keepsake, and they'll know what you think is great about them, and who doesn't love that. So we'll see you next month. Thank you.